Good day to you, my fellow traders out there. So you're welcome back to my trading session, okay? To my trading live session. All right. So, and as I said earlier in one of my videos, so this live session is not that I have students watching me live as I'm trading, as I'm analyzing the market right now. So this is something that I usually do when I want to when I'm preparing for my trading session, okay, which is New York session. So I usually record my screen, and by that I record my screen so that I can share it with other traders on YouTube and TikTok so that they can actually learn from my trading processes. So without so much talk, let us just get right into this trade. So one thing that I'm just going to first say is that on this trade I actually miss a trade. Okay, I actually miss a trade, and really I can't believe it. Now actually I actually studied this gold market. I studied it, that was last week. So when I studied it, I actually see an entry around here. So when I have my market shift around there and I see that price already retest this zone, so, and it was, as you can see below right there, this is Friday 26 June, that's June 26, around this is 21, that is quarter to 10 p.m. Nigerian time. So, and the market usually close and that was Friday, right? Markets usually close by Friday and it will open by Sunday evening. So when I say that price has already retested this zone, okay, I just decided that okay, let me just wait for markets to open on Sunday evening, because the price can actually come and open around here. Okay, like the probability is very low. I cannot say precisely that price is going to open anywhere around here or here. So I just decided that okay, let me just wait for Sunday evening before I enter this trade. And eventually, when it was Sunday evening and the market has already opened, I see that price was already respecting my trading plan, and I was like, man, should I enter this trade or not? But I just thought to myself that okay, today is Sunday evening, and usually I don't trade on Sunday evening because markets just open, when market opens like that, it will actually wants to consolidate, restructure itself before the real movement actually starts. But based on my trading plan, I just decided that okay, let me just wait for price to actually react to the market very well before I enter the trade. And mostly with my experience, I usually trade on Tuesday. Okay, I usually trade on Tuesday and sometimes on Monday, because I have already observed that the gold market sometimes on Monday usually respects my trading plan, and I have just put it in my plan that okay, even if I see my setup either on Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to take the trade. So on Monday I could not. So when it was on Monday, I actually studied these gold markets, and let me just check. Okay, you can see this is Monday, and about okay, let me just log this, and about New York session. Okay, this was about 1:30. This is 2 o'clock. So New York section actually starts from around this zone right here. But one thing is that, as I usually say, that I have a job that I'm doing, and while I was at work, I could not actually monitor this trade. Like, I know that price, I'm already getting ready for New York session, but one thing is that I did not actually prepare myself before the New York session. So I did not want to take an impulsive trade. I did not just want to enter the market blindly without first analyzing what is going on in the market. And another thing is that because I am at work, I don't want my emotion to actually control me and for me to take an impulsive trade. And that is why I just let the trade just run. In fact, I just closed my Google Chrome so that my emotion will not be directing me to go and be checking charts all the time. So one thing is that eventually, as I envision this trade, that is how it actually, in fact, just look at this zone, because this is almost risking, this is me risking my minimum trading risk, almost $15, making about $140. Okay, based on how I trade currently. That is how I trade currently, and due to my account size. Okay, so this is about, you know, risking $15 and making about $140. You can imagine that. So I didn't mean that, you know, though I'm a little bit pained, like, well, I'm not that pained because I've already developed that discipline that even if I lose a trade, I know that price will always come back, like price will always react. Okay, and even if I lose a trade, that doesn't mean that, okay, that is the end of the world, because the market is always there. I can always analyze, I can always know when to enter based on my trading plan. So traders, because I've already lose this trade, don't let us spend so much time on this, and let us dive into today's session. So let me just clean up my chart and let us get started. Alright traders, so this is 4 hours time frame, and usually I trade top down analysis. So since this is 4-hour time frame, how is price reacting? Because I just want to try my best to actually let you know how I prepare for my trading session before I actually place that buy or sell button, because this is something that is very important that I know that most traders out there doesn't do. Okay, they just say that, okay, I took this trade in less than 5 minutes, I make millions of thousands of dollars in 5 minutes, and you thinking that when you want to analyze, you are only going to use probably 3 minutes to analyze the market. It is not like that. Okay, it is not like that. There is actually this space, like this moment that real traders get themselves prepared ahead of the market, and that is something that I'm actually doing right now, so that you actually can also learn from my trading process, so that you know that it's not as easy as it seems. Okay, so there is need for you to actually prepare before you actually place that buy or sell button. So as I'm saying earlier, I said that this is 4-hour time frame, and the question that I want to ask myself is that, how is price reacting? Okay, so and the answer is very simple. I see that price is creating lower low, lower highs, lower low, lower highs. Then price has already created another lower low. Now the next thing that I'm expecting price to do, in fact price has even reversed a little bit, creating lower highs, and you can see that price created a liquidity sweep around here. Okay, you may not understand that, but let me just zoom my screen right now so that we can see how price is actually reacting. Okay, so I said that price created lower low, lower highs. Now I expect price to actually break this low. Okay, but right now price has not break this low, and currently what do we have here? We have a valid break of structure here. Okay, so we have a valid break of structure here. So it simply means that since we have a valid break of structure here, okay, this is the internal break of structure. So we have 4-hour supply zone right here. Okay, so this is 4-hour supply zone, and after that we also have, you know, internal supply zone. So let me just mark this zone out. This is internal supply zone, whereby price has already tapped into already. So let me just get down to 1 hour so that we can see how price is actually reacting. Now our first confluence is that during 4-hour time frame, price is in a downtrend. Okay, that is our number one confluences. Now our number two confluences is that when we come down to 1 hour like this, so what is price actually doing? All right, so I said to you that below here price has already swept a lot of liquidity, as you can see around here. Okay, price has swept liquidity around here. So let me just tag that out. So this is a liquidity sweep around here. So now since this is 1 hour, we have our traders. I eventually lose this trade. Yeah, and this actually happened yesterday. It happened yesterday, and because I want to be faithful to my trading journey, and that is why I don't, I can decide that I don't want to show these processes, but I actually lose this trade yesterday, and it was 2 days ago that I entered this trade. So I eventually lose this trade, and as I always say sincerely, and one thing is that yesterday afternoon I entered second position on this trade. even though I did not journal this trade in writing, I know that I'm documenting, I'm journaling this trading in video forms. So I enter another position yesterday around this zone, and eventually price even took me out. So I lost about $36 yesterday. So I was in a drawdown yesterday, but it is what it is, because it is one thing that you make a loss in the market, and it is another thing that you know the reason why that you have a loss. So, and the understanding that I have when I have this type of loss is that I know for a fact that I am not in control of price. Okay, I am not in control of price. So, and even if I had not entered the second trade yesterday, I would have only have a loss about $10. Yes, $10. But I actually entered second position, and that one cost me about, I think, $20 or thereabout. So really, I have a loss, and that doesn't mean that, though I am a little bit affected, like but like I'm building my discipline in trading right now. So I understand that sometimes trading can be funny, and sometimes trading can be fun. Okay, so but I know the reason why I actually have this loss, because I know that when price was actually moving downward towards my TP, I see that price actually moved all the way up here. This was yesterday afternoon. So when I see that price actually moved all the way down, I expect price to actually break this low, but eventually price did not break this low, and that was when I was not able to even monitor this trade very well, because I was in the office and I was so busy. So I could not even monitor it very well. So because I don't just want this video to be long, I have a loss of $36, and you can see that immediately price actually took me out with this short wick. Price started selling to the downside. One thing that I know about this trade is that it's going to get to my TP, because this is where I set my TP. I know for a fact that, in fact, probably today or tomorrow, I know that this trade is going to reach my TP. But because I didn't make profit here, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to make profit in another currency. So that is something that I believe, and I just want to share with you that trading, no one is in control of trading. Okay, you can, so far you are applying good risk management, okay, it's not going to have a much effect on you. So that is something that I know about trading. So, and another reason is because price did not get enough liquidity to push the price down, and that is why price simply came all the way up here to clear all the stop losses above this zone. Then you can see that immediately price keep selling to the downside. So that is something that I have understand about price. So I'm not in control of price. The financial institution can do anyhow, the big banks, the hedge fund, they can do whatever they like, but it is what it is. So today is a new day, today is a new week, and I'm just going to get on my pair. Okay, and this is even the first time I'm trading Euro USD. So usually I trade gold, right? So, and I'm just going to analyze my gold markets, and we are going to see how that is going to work out. All right, so this is my result. It is a loss. So, and I hope that you also learned from this, from my trading journey as well. So I hope that this month is going to be productive for all traders out there. I'm rooting for you all, and I'm rooting for myself as well. So traders, take care of yourself.